Action.
Okay, we're ready to begin our pilgrimage. So here we are. We're standing outside the western doors of York Minster Cathedral. Now, during the daytime, the tourists enter through the southern entrance around to the right. But we're not tourists. We are holy pilgrims. So we're going to enter through the western doors, which is where worshippers come for services. So let's take a deep breath, clear our minds, and prepare. Lord, bless us as we enter your holy sanctuary and prepare to draw closer to you. Welcome inside York Minster. Before we do anything else, let's turn around and face the doors, which are currently at our backs. Do you see how good and strong and solid they are, made of solid oak? If you need to, you may envision locking those doors. Lock them and lean against them. Feel how they're not moving. Or, if you prefer, you can envision them remaining unlocked. Either way, the minster is closed to the public now, so there will be no one inside here except for us. Nobody is going to come and look at you. We are here alone with God. You are safe. We're standing inside what's called the nave, the medieval word for the sanctuary part. So let's make our way down across the nave to those statues which are at the far end. Here we are in what's called the transept, or the crossing, because it goes across the nave, like the short arm on a cross. So we're going to turn to our right. You can see the kiosk where the tourists pay, but we're going to ignore those. We're going somewhere else. If you look just to your right, that's where we're going, through those arches. Now, once you step through there, you go down underneath the minster, and that's where we're going. Underneath us, there is what they call the undercroft. That's where you can go see the treasures of the minster, all the fine things they've collected since medieval times. You can also see some wonderful interactive exhibits about the history of the minster all the way back to ancient Roman times. You can do those during the daytime, and I highly recommend that you do so. They are wonderful experiences, but that's not what we're doing. We're going to go through the undercroft all the way to the end, to the innermost part of the minster, the crypt. Here we are in the crypt. As you can see, there's some chairs here, so let's have a seat for a few minutes. Now take a look at this carving. This is a carving of the Virgin Mary holding the Christ child. Experts believe that it dates to about the 8th century, even before this cathedral was built, when it was just a primitive little Anglo-Saxon structure, what I like to call the Holy Hut. But anyway, they did not discover this stone until the late 19th century when they were doing some renovations on another part of the minster. The reason this carving has no head is because that's the way it was when they discovered it. You see, someone had taken this precious carving and just thrown it away, literally. It was a piece of rubble. That's where they found it, in a pile of old rocks that had been used as rubble to fill in another part of the minster. So let's sit and reflect for a moment. Is this how you feel Do you feel as if your life, your past, has just been rubble? As if you were thrown away by your family, your friends, even by God? Do you feel worthless? Let me share with you some things. First, let's share some Bible verses. In Isaiah chapter 49, starting in verse 8, this is the Lord speaking. In an acceptable time I have heard you, and in the day of salvation I have helped you. I will preserve you and give you as a covenant to the people to restore the earth, to cause them to inherit the desolate heritages, that you may say to the prisoners, go forth. To those who are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed along the roads, and their pastures shall be on all desolate heights. They shall neither hunger nor thirst, neither heat nor sun shall strike them. For he who has mercy on them will lead them. Even by the springs of water he will guide them. I will make each of my mountains a road, and my highways shall be elevated. Surely these shall come from afar. Look, those from the north and the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens, be joyful, O earth, and break out in singing, O mountains, for the Lord has comforted his people, and will have mercy on his afflicted. But Zion said, the Lord has forsaken me, and my Lord has forgotten me. Can a woman forget her nursing child, and not have compassion on the child of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hand. Your walls are continually before me. I know that many of you come from families who have rejected you, but do you hear what the Lord has said in these verses? Earthly families may reject you, but the Lord never will. Even mothers can turn against their children, but the Lord never will. You will always be his child. He will always know your name. Now let me share a hymn with you. What a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptation? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful, who will all our sorrows share? Jesus knows our our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Are we weak and heavy laden, cumbered with a load of care? Precious Savior, still our refuge, take it to the Lord in prayer. Do thy friends despise, forsake thee? Take it to the Lord in prayer. In his arms he'll take and shield thee. Thou wilt find a solace there. And now, feel free to move around the little chapel here, to sit wherever you'd like and reflect, write in your prayer journal if you'd like. If you need someone to come and listen, I or one of the other guides will be more than happy to come and sit with you and listen and cry with you and hug you if you feel comfortable.